Yeah, like and subscribe my YouTube content, guys. Finger guns. I'm not at all awkward. Oh, and comment. That's the other one. I know most people watch movies like exclusively for the story, but I don't know. I just like movies. And The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, it was just very pleasant to watch, in my opinion. Holy shit, Mason's rank 11. What happened? That's not Mason? Oh, I see. Oh goodness, they have a pug. No. Alrighty, so on Leshrac, typically my starting item, for my starting items, I just want to be able to sustain the lane as much as possible. So I usually go a build something like close to this. This build pretty much just allows me to. It gives you some damage and it gives you good survivability with the double fairy fire, and it typically lets you pressure the lane pretty hard because you can just spam stuns for CS with the double mango, and then you can pretty much reliably get to your bottle on this build by like 2.5 minutes or so, and then that just allows you to pressure even more with your 2 points in stun and max edict. And it's just a very fluid build to allow you to build up your early items, getting into the
I suppose it's in the bag.
getting into the later stages of the laning stage.
Imbalance demands it.
And since we're a double ranged lane here with Leshrac Windrunner, we're probably gonna want to just double right click either the Ricky or the. I'm gonna assume it's. Holy shit, I have 3 people muted on Radiant. I'm gonna assume it's Enigma 5, but I'm not quite sure. We're gonna have to see here. I'm pretty sure it's Mars mid, Ricky carry, Pugna Offlane, I would imagine, Enigma 5, Clockwork 4. That would be my prediction for their lane, so there's probably gonna be a denied range creep for the first wave. So our lane is gonna naturally push into them.
Ahoy, Mr. Monkeys.
Since we're against an Enigma, we're probably gonna be wanting to pull the big camp as much as possible in this lane. So I'm hoping it's not blocked. I probably could communicate to my Windrunner that I want it not blocked, but you know, that requires effort. Remember, everyone has bad games. Everyone makes mistakes. That is a great lesson to learn in Dota. Don't flame your team, guys. Or do your best not to. I know sometimes you're just having a bad day and your team just makes it worse and you just gotta let your frustrations out. But do your best. Do your best to not flame your team. So Leshrac has super high base movement speed and pretty high armor with 4 armor. So we're just kind of running in, trying to scout lanes, seeing if anyone shows. Doesn't really look like anyone's showing. Also, something I see a lot of people consistently make the mistake of, even in a mortal bracket, at level 1, if you're running around and like being annoying to the enemy, don't walk into the shrine vision. Don't show the enemy where you are. You can hold Alt. It shows you this little circle around the shrine. I don't know if that's an option you need enabled in the settings or not, but like, don't walk in the circle. It just gives the enemy free information. It's so bad. It's never good. Just don't do it.
I come to tip the balance.
A
blight on the land.
Alrighty. And here we go.
Forward. Yes.
So something I do a lot on Leshrac is I max edict. I don't really put any points in lightning for the laning stage. Putting points in lightning definitely makes laning a lot easier on Leshrac. So like, it really is not that bad to do. I just am really confident in my laning without skilling lightning. So, and I like being able to pressure towers by level 5, basically. So I personally do not put points in Lightning. You are more than welcome to put points in Lightning if you want to play more of like the harass the enemy heroes and lane game. But in my personal experience when playing Leshrac, if you just max Edict and you just constantly pressure enemy buildings really, really quickly, unfortunately those despawned. I really wanted to kill those Eidolons. If you max Edict and just pressure towers really quickly and close out the enemy's map really quick, they are just gonna feel really, really bad about the game state and like tilt, and they're not gonna work together to, you know, solve the issue. Which is maybe bad reasoning to max Edict, but you know, again, in my experience, that is just kind of how Leshrac works. So that is why I max Edict. Oh, we just used it as a crutch. So we got our bottle pretty early in this lane, even though the Enigma denied a couple creeps. So we're chilling. I mean, the Riki is pretty much just gonna get a lot of farm in this lane, but it's alright. Not too much you can do about that when the Enigma is just consistently denying creeps to keep lane equilibrium back at their tower, so we're just kind of getting what we can out of lane.
Imbalance demands it.
So since I finally got creep equilibrium a bit, I'm just kind of pulling these creeps back. Great job, great job. Don't be afraid to encourage your team when, you know, they get first blood. People love hearing good job. That also goes for when people mess up. Don't dwell on everyone's mistakes. I see people do that all the time. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people make a mistake. Sometimes people die. It's not the end of the world. Just kind of reiterating what that tip means at the beginning of the game. At level 3, we're gonna put 2 points in Split Earthflow. It just gives you a little more radius and higher damage, higher stun. Yeah, I probably should have casted stun a couple more times in this lane.
Yes.
Because I've just been sitting on full mana.
Forward. Expurgation.
Even if I'm not hitting the Riki with the sun, I can just clear creeps like that.
Despair. Yes.
As I said before, we're going bottle into boots. Usually the item buildup on Lesh that I aim to do is
Stronger than the desolation.
the item buildup that I usually aim to do on Lesh is Mech into Greaves. You can go like the casual Windlash, casual Cloak beforehand, because usually you'll want to go for like Eternal Shroud or something on Lesh. You'll also notice what I'm kind of doing to try and land the stuns in this lane is anytime the Riki is or anytime there's a CS to go for, I just try to, you know, pretend that I'm going to be casting my stun on the CS just to make the Riki a bit uncomfortable to go for the CS.
To the fight. Edict of death.
Can't do much about that. Clock just walked down here and we're alone. No one really told me. At least I don't think. I didn't hear anyone tell me. Maybe my music is too loud. But oh well, such is life. As I said, casual wind lace is always good. Really no reason to not get it.
Yes.
Especially on heroes like Leshrac, because your base movement speed is so high, so the wind lace boots just allows you to, you know, run real fast. So if that clock were to show up again, we probably can just outrun him now. But this Ricky is hella scary.
Forward. All is chaos. I'm under attack. So be it. Trot along. Nice.
Unfortunate. Alright, well, I'm just gonna walk mid. You can lane bottom if you want. I'm a bit tilted right now because my Wind Ranger is just being completely useless and isn't doing much. I'm walking mid and just trying to backdoor the tower. I'm not walking bottom anymore if Windrunner's not playing with me. So I'm either just gonna pressure the mid tier 1 or go jungle, but this game is going absolutely horrendously. There's really not much to do in general. Because again, we don't have a 4-player playing with us, and there's really no pressure we can create early on.
Attack. Cruelly so.
So I'm just gonna walk over here and try and pressure this mid tower
Directly.
and just backdoor it, because again, nothing else to do. So something you can do on Lesh when you have max edict is quite literally just sit here. Sit here in the fog and watch the tower go down.
Yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
Rinse and repeat.
Form debases.
As I have said many times before, the mid tower is one of the most important towers in the game.
Indeed.
So
Torment.
why not just backdoor it and kill it?
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, so since we got the mid tower, I'm just gonna go for I'm just gonna go back bottom and try and farm up my level 6.
To the fight. Directly. Defilement.
Alright, now that we have ult, we can actually kind of fight the enemy if fights look good somewhere. We will, we'll see how the game state is kind of looking though.
Yes.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
See nature's blasted core. Desolation.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Alright, force 2 heroes bottom, killed the Ricky. All good stuff, all good stuff.
Yes. Not yet.
So my next objective is taking this bottom tier 1 tower. Again, I'm going max edict. It looks like top is going mostly fine. Our Juggernaut is farming quite a bit. So we're not really too pressured to go to the top lane or like help salvage our carry. We've already taken the middle tower, so our Mirana should hopefully be pretty happy and chill in the middle lane. We just saw Ricky top, which means Ricky TP'd up there right after he respawned from death. TP top? I really don't want to TP top.
All is chaos.
If Ricky kept going there, I probably would have TP top to help Jug, but again, he seems fine, so I'm just chilling.
Puritans.
We see Mars running. Mars is running bot. I don't want to die to him.
Indeed.
See Enigma Mars bottom, so we're just kind of chilling for now.
So be it.
I'm just gonna run back to our tri-camp, farm a big camp or something. Our Windrunner's probably gonna die because he hasn't listened to a single thing I've said this whole game.
I want from this. Let me from this.
Attack. You'll not need that.
Dire structures
I'm also just gonna sit here to sack Ancients. Our Jug is pretty close to a Battle Fury already.
Only so.
Your top tower is under
So
attack.
No match.
just want to sack and maximize our GPM
Such
for our team.
Allies disappear.
All is chaos.
Your top tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Well, cool. So I'm going to use my double mango here, but to maximize the amount of mana I'm going to get, I'm going to drop my Arcane Boots and Wand, because both of them increase my base mana pool, and it just increases the percentage value of...
Radiant structures are
So, something you'll see me do something is I try and bait the enemy team. I try and make, or like, see if they're watching me. Because usually people will fortify as soon as you start, as soon as you start the cast animation for Edict. So, something you can do is try to start the cast animation, see if they're gonna fort. If they do fort, then you just cancel the attack animation and, or cancel the cast animation, and then you just Edict right after fortify. I end up dying there, but you know, it's all fine. If you do end up doing my build, getting a point in lightning at level 8 is ideal because you can set up your own stuns at level 8.
tower is under
And a
attack.
return to form. Cruelly so. Desolation.
So they're gonna be diving a Mirana here. We kind of know that. Oh no. This is as poor as this could have been. Truly sad.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Alright, we're just kind of getting overrun by the enemy team. But our Jug has a good Battle Fury timing. Actually, our Jug is incredibly farmed. He has Phase, Battle Fury, Wand at 13 minutes in the game. That's pretty nutty. I just assumed he had Battle Fury on the courier. The reason I wanted to go mid there is specifically to defend our mid tower. I didn't realize the enemy team just had 5 heroes straight up waiting there. So that's a bit unfortunate, but again, what can you do? Such is life.
A blight on the land.
I didn't forget a neutral item this time.
Well.
I mean, I kind of forgot a neutral item, but... So, my team just wants to immediately fight them. The enemy team didn't really use anything there to make me feel like we want to fight. We kind of want to just chill at this point, in my opinion. But... maybe we're able to get a kill. Alright. We got a great kill. Never doubt your team smokes.
Your top tower is under attack.
So, I just want to keep waves pushed in as Leshrac as much as possible so our map doesn't get closed out too much. The more we keep waves pushed in, the more information we get. So, like, we see this wave going in middle, now the enemy clockwork has to show there, which kind of shows our Juggernaut that he is safe around the map, so he can farm more aggressively. Our Windrunner's pushing in the next wave, so I'm just gonna keep going about my business. I'm actually just gonna wait to clear this camp and sack it instead. So I am mana efficient.
So be it.
Alright, we got our mech, so we are kind of strong right now. I'm actually going to send out 2 Clarities as well, even though we have a Crystal Maiden.
Indeed.
we pretty much always want to be full mana.
Desolation.
If my quarter was here, I would feel much more confident about this smoke because we would kind of be hitting an item timing that would be making us strong at the moment. But it's whatever.
Shadows take us.
Cruelly so.
Killing this Mars would be huge.
Very well. Yes.
The next label play. The next label play.
Our Windrunner
Spare.
must have walked under a sentry. I'm assuming she walked under a sentry, otherwise the Mars shouldn't have been able to back there.
Your top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
So we forted top to basically clear out their siege creep. Pretty much the main times that you want to use fortifies on tier 2s is to kill siege waves, because siege waves are like
Desolation.
the main way that your tier 2 tower might fall. I don't really like how I'm running up here right now, but it's probably okay. It was not okay.
Returns from whence I'm under attack. Yeah.
Okay. I have a ward up here.
Give me more. It's time.
The next label play. Next label play.
Now that was a solid play by Ricky.
The next label play. Next label
Your
play.
top tower is under attack.
Life from witless elements. Imbalance demands
Your top tower has fallen.
So we're still probably just gonna be going for Greaves first.
directly. Your form debases.
Our mid Mirana is a lower level than us. This is quite unfortunate.
Yes.
And he definitely has less
Your
farm than
middle
us.
tower is under attack.
So be it.
Quite unfortunate indeed.
Cruelly so.
I'm just going about my business and pushing out waves. I am falling quite behind in farm just because of how active I've kind of been on the map.
To the fight. Very well. The Impurifier.
We should try and de-ward this cliff at some point. I'm actually going to be taking the broom handle instead of the ironwood tree. The broom handle just gives me 3 armor, and armor is quite good against Ricky Maru and Mars. So yeah, I'm just gonna be going or taking the broom handle. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, we probably lost this one.
By impurities.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Yes.
Next label play.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really too much to do. The one other core that we want to be playing with this whole game is Mirana, our mid hero, and our Mirana just has less farm than us. So there's really not too many moves for me to make this game
Your middle tower is under attack.
until our Jug comes online and is like ready to party. But until that happens,
Your bottom tower is under
the game is quite rough. Like, pretty much until that happens, we just have to keep running down lanes and dying. He's gonna get black hole top. But we do see 4 heroes top, and we see a Ricky mid, so... I'm just gonna run down bottom. You pretty much always... I'm not gonna say always, but most of the time, you want to get, your armor talent on Lesh.
Very well. Indeed.
Alright, my team's just calling GG because they're all upset about Mirana. But, such is life.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So, something you'll always see me do on Lesh, is I only leave 1 point in ult because it's much more mana efficient, to just have 1 point in ult and,
Your middle tower is under
just be
attack.
constantly shoving waves and stuff. One of Leshrac's main problems is just that you run out of mana like way too fast. Like you can see, even with level 1 ult, I'm still running out of mana quite a bit. I have Greaves. Let's try and fight, guys. Let's try and fight.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, let's go fight. Anyone? Any fighters? Juggernaut?
Such disorder.
Anyone?
All is chaos.
Their Mars is low? No black hole? Alright, doesn't look like Jug wants to come. Unfortunate. We tried our best. Alright, well, you know, we tried to rally the troops. Didn't really work out. Such is life. Sometimes you lose.